Spirit Airlines, currently publicly owned, is under bid by two airlines. They can go for a merger with Frontier, but they also could be acquired by JetBlue. So, how did it get so far, and what deal is the more logical choice? Let's talk aviation. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe. This really helps the channel grow and makes it easier for others to find. On February 7 of this year, Spirit and Frontier announced that both airlines were planning to merge. Many details, like the new name or hubs, were not disclosed. The current owner of Frontier, Indigo Partners, the holding company that also owns Wizz Air, Volaris and JetSmart, would get a 51.5% stake in the new airline. The other 40.5% would be divided among the shareholders of Spirit. The new airline could become the fifth largest in the US, following only after Delta, American, United and Southwest. While both airlines operate throughout the entire US and Central America, there is quite a number of airports with the presence of only one of the two. Especially on the East Coast and in South America, Spirit offers quite a few destinations that are currently not part of the Frontier network. Frontier, on the other hand, has historically been more focused on the West Coast of the US, and in that sense, the route networks of the two airlines are quite complementary. If the merger would go through, the new airline could become a one-stop shop for passengers looking to fly anywhere in the US for cheap. With a merger, the airlines would try to lower their operating costs further. This way, they can stay competitive and, of course, achieve higher profits. They expect that the new airline could save up to $500 million a year. Since both airlines currently use an A320 family-only fleet, there shouldn't be any big issues on that side with combining the fleets and having crew originating from either Spirit or Frontier operate the aircraft. Both Spirit and Frontier also have large orders at Airbus. I bet that if either one of them would have used the 737, I wouldn't be making this video, as a merger would be too complex to pull off. The new combined airline will have a fleet 75% larger in 2026 when compared to the 2021 numbers. And of that fleet, 79% will be the more fuel-efficient Neos, almost double the 43% it is today. However, before the deal can be finalized, the authorities will have to approve of it. One of the key concerns with these larger mergers is whether or not it will impact competition. The CEO of Frontier is hopeful that there shouldn't be any big issues, as he believes that the deal will actually lower prices, as it allows the new airline to grow and offer ultra-low-cost flying to more and more passengers in the coming years. And up to a point, I think he's right. Because Frontier and Spirit have relatively low overlap in their networks currently, on most routes there wouldn't be a decrease in offerings. But on the other hand, by creating one large ultra-low-cost carrier, it gets harder for new airlines to compete. As mentioned before, the goal of the deal is to lower costs by getting larger and larger. A new ultra-low-cost carrier doesn't have this advantage. And furthermore, when a newcomer adds a route on which the mega airline operates, the latter could easily win a price war. Spirit and Frontier had an ambitious planning to finish up the merger by the end of 2022. While under normal circumstances this already is rather quickly, on April 5, 2 months after the deal was announced, JetBlue made a surprise bid to take over Spirit Airlines. JetBlue offered $3.6 billion to acquire Spirit, which is a higher valuation than the $2.9 billion of the Spirit Frontier deal. When you compare the two, there is one significant difference. With Frontier, Spirit would merge to become one large ultra-low-cost behemoth. But JetBlue, on the other hand, is mostly interested in the planes, crew and operations in general of Spirit. It will most likely integrate those into its own operations. Just like Frontier, JetBlue is also a large user of the A320neo family, and with a full backlog over at Airbus, the acquisition could allow the airline to grow quicker. Unlike as with Frontier, the planes would have to be refitted before JetBlue can use them as their own, where Frontier and Spirit are both ultra-low cost, putting as many seats as possible inside these planes. JetBlue offers a bit more leg space. And also, the networks of JetBlue and Spirit have significantly more overlap, since JetBlue is also based on the East Coast and has a strong presence there. Because of these factors, analysts believe that the Spirit Frontier deal has a higher chance of being approved than the Spirit JetBlue deal. For now, both are still on the table, and it is yet unknown what will be the way forward. The board of Spirit has mentioned that they are willing to have a serious look at the offer of JetBlue, and they ought to do so, since it values the airline at $33 a share, compared to the almost $26 a share in the Frontier offer. But nonetheless, given that, at least on paper, the Spirit-Frontier merger would be the more logical choice. It is unlikely that Frontier will drop out without a fight, and they could increase their offer. However, in the end, it will be Spirit that has to make a choice, unless the regulators are first to block either one or both bids. What are your thoughts about the offers for Spirit Airlines? Would you like to see them merge with Frontier or be acquired by JetBlue? Or do you see a third party make a bid? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching and please consider subscribing to Let's Talk Aviation.